Hi everyone, this is Venus Brown, and today I'll be doing a reaction to House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 9, the penultimate episode. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want more content, click subscribe. If you click that little bell and click all, then you'll get more content notifications. So last episode, the legitimacy of Rhaenyra's children were called into question again, this time to resolve the line of succession for Driftmark. This was because Corlys appeared to possibly be dying. I am hoping that is not the case, because if it goes anything in line with the books, he should still be a functioning adult that it can actually contribute. Rhaenyra needed the support of her father, so she went to her father on his deathbed begging for him that if he really, really wanted her to stay in the line of succession, to rule on the Iron Throne, then he would really need to please help her, because in the current situation, his queen and his hand were most likely going to consider her kids bastards and rule on the side of Vaemond, who was trying to take the Driftmark throne. Somehow, this man, who looked like he was literally a skeleton with a little bit of flesh left on his bones, managed to get up by himself, get dressed, get all the way to the throne room where these proceedings were taking place, and walk himself almost all the way up to the throne. He had a little bit of help from his brother at the end, which was so moving. It was such a beautiful scene, and managed to get up on the throne. And when he got there, he's like, I really don't understand what we are here for, when this decision was decided and settled a long time ago. But we know it's because this legitimacy of Rhaenyra's children, even though the king said nobody should speak of it again, Vaemond makes sure he is not going to have his tongue, or in this case, Daemon took care of that by slicing his head off. Still had his tongue, but he wasn't going to be saying anything anymore. So we know you were just being honest and saying how you truly feel, but you were also committing treason, and you were saying some horrible things about the king's daughter, and you know that he wasn't going to let that stand. At the end, we get the scene where even after Alicent seemed to be resigned with the idea that Rhaenyra would be queen, Viserys started talking to her when he thought he was talking to Rhaenyra, and spilled the tea about stuff that Alicent had no idea what he was talking about. And we're pretty sure she's putting two and two together and making 6, 9. We don't know, but she is putting this stuff together for her own means to find an excuse to put her son on the throne, even though her son is a horrible cretin that appears to be terrible at life, terrible at peopling, leadership, terrible at responsibilities. We also left off with some tea being spilled to Mysaris, the White Worm. We are not 100% sure of who she is working for, but I suspect it would be Daemon, or Daemon and Rhaenyra's side. This should kick off the war. However, spoiler, if it goes along with the book, Rhaenyra will not be informed until a while later. So I'm kind of expecting this to be a setup for the real war, where Alicent gets everything in place, declares her son king, which is treason. I know a lot of you are Team Green and everything and are pro Alicent, but placing your son on the throne after your husband just died made it very clear that Rhaenyra is his successor, that she will sit on the throne. That is treason. Let's get on with the show.
Stay here. Tell no one. Help me dress. You told me you wish for Aegon to be king.
say?
It is the truth,
What did everyone say?
uttered with his own lips. His last words to me, and I was the only one to hear it. And now he's dead.
There are 2 Aegons alive. 2.
The king is dead. We grieve for Viserys the Peaceful, our sovereign, our friend. But he has left us a gift. With his last breath, he impressed upon the Queen his final wish that his son, Aegon, should succeed him as Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
Then we may proceed now with the full assurance of his blessing on our long-laid plans.
Yes, there is much to be done, as we've previously discussed. Now, there are 2 among the captains of the City Watch that remain loyal to Daemon. Let us replace them. Lord Lannister.
The treasury is well in hand. The gold will be divided for safekeeping.
Let ravens be sent to our allies, Riverrun and Highgarden.
Am I to understand that members of the small council have been planning secretly to install my son without me?
My queen, there was no need to sully you with darkling schemes.
I will not have this.
Duh.
To hear that you have plotted to replace the king's chosen heir with an impostor.
His firstborn son is hardly an impostor.
Hundreds of lords and landed knights swore fealty to the
That was
princess.
some 20 years ago. Most of them now dead.
You heard the Lord Hand, plot or no, the king changed his mind.
I am 76 years old. I have known Viserys longer than any who sit at this table. And I will not believe that he said this on his deathbed, alone with only the boy's mother as a witness. This is seizure. It is theft. It is treason, at the least. It is
Yep.
your
You have
time.
no other witnesses.
The king
It was
well
definitely
aware.
not official. It was never written down.
Which of you
He
here
said
could say
Aegon. There
that
were
he
2
died of
Aegons.
his own accord?
Which of us are you accusing of regicide, Lord Beesbury?
Whether it was one of you or all of you, I care not. I will have no part.
Sir Criston, cast down your sword.
That should have happened a long fucking time ago.
Grace the queen.
There was no insult to me, Sacris. You put aside your blade. You mean to imprison her?
She and her family will be given the opportunity to publicly swear obeisance to the new king.
She'll never bend the knee. Nor will Damon, which you know.
For your treason.
Is correct, Your Grace. A living challenger invites battle. and
It's something that she's
It
playing
is
dumb,
unsavory,
but she's always
yes.
been playing dumb.
But a sacrifice we must make to secure Aegon's succession, and then there is Daemon to consider. The king wouldn't wish for any
But the king did not
unsavory-
wish for the murder of his daughter. He loved her. I will not have you deny this.
And yet,
One more word, and I'll have you removed from this chamber and sent to the wall.
Yep, because even if her son is made
you
king,
suggest,
she would be the queen
Time is
regent,
of the essence.
who would be taking command in his stead.
I'm Lord Commander of the King's Guard. I recognize no authority but the King's. And until there is one, I have no place here.
I always wonder if she, like, actually knows that the things she's saying are prophecy, or
forgive me, Lord Hand. I do not
that sounded like maybe she does.
He exploits his off left to keep secretly.
Repeatedly, all the time. This is a regular thing, and you should know this. As his grandsire.
Bring him to me and me alone, Sir Eric.
What is the meaning of this?
You don't want to know.
must be found, and he must be brought to me. The very fate of the Seven Kingdoms depends on it. Everything you feel for me is your queen.
I will not fail you.
I'll come with you.
That would not be my desire, Aemond.
He does not frequent the Street of Silk. His tastes are known to be less discriminating.
Meaning what?
I wish you luck, good sir, and my best to your friend.
You once swore your banners to Rhaenyra. You must now pledge them to the
So
future king.
convenient.
Housefell keeps its sworn oath to the princess.
Very well.
About 10 years, I should say. They have them grow the nails and file the teeth. Makes them more formidable. Prince Aegon spends many a night in this place. Do you see now what he is? You've not seen everything. Aegon, one of many, I'd wager.
The sword who rides the largest dragon in the world. It is I who should be...
I know what it is to toil for what others are freely given.
And we can't find him, Cole. We are decent men with no taste for
What you
depravity.
speak is
The
treason.
secrets are his own.
Of course, what all of you are doing is treason.
I'm next in line to the throne.
I can take you to Prince Aegon.
You might find information.
Rather, I'm sent by one who knows where he is.
See?
For a price.
Deliver him, and we'll consider your price.
My mistress will not treat with the servants of the keep.
So we're gonna find out who the White Worm is working with right this moment.
He was fleeing from the gate.
God
A warning
damn.
for the princess, I'd wager.
Motherfucker.
There's no reason those hours cannot in the end benefit you.
The king. And you are usurping the throne.
It was my husband's dying wish.
Bullshit.
Believe it or no, it is of no consequence.
Of course it's
Aegon will
not
be
of
king.
consequence. Because you're planning on it anyway, even if you
You came here to
act
ask
like
your
you're
support.
dumb.
Well, I must credit you for your boldness.
Gone these 6 long years to fight a desperate battle, returning grievously, if not mortally wounded.
A
leaving the
battle
Indian
that if the
March
king was
charging
actually
horse alone.
supporting and backing, maybe they'd actually
The
get
word from my
somewhere.
house is not fickle.
But, dear cousin, you, more than any soul alive, understand what I say now. Princess Rhaenys, I loved my husband, but I will speak the truth we both know. You should have been queen.
I little thought to hear those words from you.
The Iron Throne was yours by blood and by temperament. Viserys would have lived his days a country lord, content to hunt and study his histories, but here we are.
And yet you can't see Rhaenyra on the
We do
throne?
not rule, but we make
Shut your pie hole.
and instead toward peace.
If you wanted peace, you wouldn't be usurping the throne. What you are doing is treason and will cause war, and you know it.
Counts the cost to her people.
And yet you toil still in service to men.
Mm-hmm.
Your father, your husband, your son. You desire not to be free, but to make a window in the wall of your prison. Have you never imagined yourself on the Iron Throne?
You yourself are the mysterious white worm, I take it. Or are you simply a further peel in this stinking onion?
You were already working with her. Or is that not the hand? No, that is the hand.
I want an end to the savage use of children in Fleabottom. They are forced to fight and worse. You gold cloaks take the bribes given them to look away. An obscenity, either tolerated or ignored by the crown.
I look into it.
I'll look into
You
it.
have my word.
I don't know what good that word is there, but
And you
I know
install
here,
your
I
ransom.
look into it means nothing will be done.
Remember, it was me who put him
Nothing
there.
that will do anything
I could
about
have
it.
killed him as easily as a wasp on fruit. There is no power but what the people allow you to take.
These statues are interesting. Are you fucking kidding me?
Where is the white worm?
She sold you for a price.
And why have you paid it? I want my mother.
Is our father truly dead?
Yes.
And they're going to make you king.
I'm not suited.
You know that.
Let me go, or we'll find a ship and sail away, never to be found.
The Queen awaits.
A charming contest.
Oh God. Worst Father of the
Prize
Year
a pouch
award.
of silver.
Rather, I've been at peace that you moved about the board.
If that is true, then I made you Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Would you have desired it otherwise?
How could I know? I wanted whatever you impressed upon me to want. And now the debt comes due. A debt you are happy enough to pay.
A sacrifice. A sacrifice made for the stability of the realm. No king has ever lived that hasn't had to forfeit the lives of a few to protect the many, though I understand your squeamishness.
Reluctance to murder is not a weakness.
She lives. Her allies will mass behind her banners, looking for her
And
return.
she's not going to accept.
My husband would have desired this mercy be shown to his daughter.
Your husband?
Your husband would have desired that you not fucking usurp the goddamn throne and steal her inheritance.
Let the people remember the ancient strength of House Targaryen.
And nobody said anything about where Rhaenyra is because Rhaenyra did not leave the night before. At her request, she said she would fly back on Dragonback. So why has there been no discussion of her at all?
As you wish.
There is a web of spies.
What the hell kind of
that
passive-aggressive shit is that?
Along its threads travels news of all our doings. Your father knows this, but has left it in place. More than once it has proved advantageous to those willing to feed the weaver.
And this weaver watches me.
One of the little spiders is your lady in waiting.
Talia.
There are more like her. Even I do not know their number. There is one way to destroy his advantage. It must be taken out at the head. When the queen dies, the bees fly without purpose.
So the clubfoot has a foot fetish. At first I thought she was passive-aggressive insulting him for his clubfoot.
With me, Princess.
Yes.
I cannot let this treachery
Finally, god damn.
Where are we?
I'll be glad when I can watch this on my TV. Right now I got glare coming in from the sun and my lights, and this monitor is big, but it doesn't do well with all the lights or the darkness on the screen. Fire. Huh.
I won't leave, Mélisse. If I could get to the dragon pit, then...
No,
You don't have
they'll
time.
expect you there, Princess. You won't get past the gates.
Yep.
Been done to
Why would he be grateful? You're giving him a responsibility he doesn't want, and you have always put his life in mortal danger.
20 years to name it. He could have, but he never did. Because he didn't like me.
Seriously.
And yet, with his final breath, he whispered to me that you should take his place for a
No,
time.
he said Aegon. There is more than one Aegon.
Your grandfather, the Hand, will try to impress on you that Rhaenyra should be put to the sword. You must reject this counsel. We must not rule with cruelty and callousness. For all her faults, she is your sister, your father's daughter.
Do you love me?
You imbecile.
Dragon? Isn't that the dragon? No. Or are they taking him?
Peaceful is dead. But it is also the most joyous of days. For as his spirit left us, he whispered his final wish that his firstborn son, Aegon, should succeed him. A new king to lead us.
And a big war to destroy you. Rhaenys, you're not supposed to be there.
May the warrior give him courage. May the smith lend strength to his sword and shield. May the Father defend him in his need.
Aegon Targaryen is the true heir to the Iron Throne.
Oh, no. Don't fucking kill it now. Fire, and then get the fuck out of there. Fire, and then get the fuck out of there. Come on. Get out. Come on. Come on, Rhaenys, get out of there. Come on, fire! Could have ended this entire travesty. Oh, come on. You would have killed all the usurpers all at once. All right, everyone. That was episode 8 of House of the Dragon. I think a lot of it went kind of the way I expected it to, with them starting, just holding everything up and doing stuff in the Green Council and setting everything up. I did not, however, expect him to be crowned before the end of this episode. I was under the impression that we were supposed to be waiting a few days. I was really hoping for them to at least give a little bit of an indication of the whiff of the smell of the king who was just laying there rotting, because that was one of the main parts of the book, that this took place over many, many days, and that it was really getting quite ripe and stinky in there. And that wasn't even touched on. I really want to know where Rhaenyra was in all this, why there was no real discussion of her or of finding her. Definitely want more information before I start my discussion video. I want to get more information about Rhaenys and her actions in this episode. And I was also a little bit confused about what these disagreements were. The Hand, Alicent, Kristen Cole, and the twins, Alric and Eric. It definitely started out slow, but it finished off with a bang. It was very exhilarating at the end, and there was a lot going on that I was having trouble kind of figuring out what was actually happening. So I'm hoping that before my discussion video that I can listen to some of the other reactions and reviews and get some idea of what other people are thinking is going on in this episode. I know in my reaction I kept yelling, fire, just use the fire, you could have it all done and over with. But I know if she had done that, there would really be no show. I mean, there might be a show, but it would be very, very different than what we know from the book. So that might have pissed a few people off if you like completely tore up the whole overarching story from the book. I will see you next week for the final episode, episode 10 of House of the Dragon, at least the final episode for this season. And my understanding is next season doesn't happen for a long time, like over a year, which seems to be the run of things lately for a lot of the shows that I watch. Until next time, I'll see you when I see you. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want more content, click subscribe. If you click that little bell and click all, then you'll get more content notifications.